Hello everyone. Today we'll introduce an international ethics standard called Non-Compliance with Laws and Regulations. This standard was issued by International Ethics Standard Board for Accountants, and it is working for auditors and other professional accountants, which are referred as PAs. And it is the first time that there are standards to provide guidance to the disclosure of nuclear, and it became effective on 15th July 2017. So what's the importance of this standard? It is for public and stakeholders' interest. According to the ethics branch of stakeholder theory, organizations should consider the benefit of all stakeholders instead of just considering one stakeholder's interest. And it can produce the best outcomes, such as stimulating accountabilities among organizations. It also is the first time that the duty of confidentiality can be set aside by accountants. And finally, it enables accountants to fight against nuclear in the global view. So why did we develop this standard? It is because we have concerns for public interest. The first concern is that the duty of confidentiality actually became a barrier to the disclosure of nuclear. And second concern is that sometimes nuclear are not being properly addressed because auditors can just simply resign from the client's relationships. And the final concern is there is a lack of guidance to the disclosure of nuclear. According to the institutional theory, participants seek legitimacy in the institutional environment. So if there are rules or regulations, the management can address that matter in a more proper way. So it has three objectives. The first one is it can enhance ethical conduct, because it clearly states that auditors cannot ignore the potential nuclear. And secondly, it can protect stakeholders and general public because it will lead to a timely response by the management and the public authorities to avoid negative consequences. And finally, it can make accountants to play a more important role in fighting against the nuclear. It can also enhance the reputation of profession.
Well, this is Zhang. Let's go on talking about when we need to apply the responding to nuclear. Here's again, the responding to nuclear is the regulations to help and along the professional accountants when they facing the potential illegal acts. Simple as below. In entities, there are always undefined cash flows need to be confirmed on the annual financial statement or errors in accounts during the transaction period. These situations probably become the operations started the illegal acts by business criminals. So according to the agency theory, the managers can not only pursue their own profit, they need to maintain the profit of shareholders as well. In many factories, in order to escape the high taxation on environmental fees, the managers decide to make fake amount of omissions. As a result, the balance of environment will be broken, also against the legitimacy theory and unsatisfied with the public expectations. So that's why all the time the professional accountants should follow the regulations to stop the illegal acts such as financial fraud and money laundering. Additionally, we should also think who are playing an important role on these regulations and whom are affected by the regulations. There's no doubt all the professional accountants will be affected by the regulations, but people like auditors, professional accountants in business, in public practice, and senior employees in business will be most affected by the regulations. Of course, under the iceberg, the regulations also lead to any other important social groups such as government, especially on supervising and applying the regulations. Here's a summary of account theories with cases during the whole presentation, and that's all. Thank you guys.